Coming up on this episode of Business Weekly, NatWest have launched the Future Brands of Wales Courtyard. We spoke to Huw Morgan, Regional Director of Business Banking, to find out what this means for Welsh entrepreneurs. Which recently conducted a survey to find out what the public thinks are the best seaside spots in the UK. We spoke to Naomi Leach of Which to find out how Wales performed. And Huw Morgan of GPC Systems is talking to us about the firm's plans to address Wales's pothole problem. All of that and more coming up. But first, NatWest Cymru and the Royal Welsh Show are on the lookout for Wales's next big brands after announcing the launch of a new entrepreneur courtyard at this year's show. Huw Morgan, Regional Director of Business Banking at NatWest Cymru, joins us to tell us more about the Future Brands of Wales courtyard.
For the 2019 Royal Welsh Show, we are specifically looking for Wales's next big brand, and we've announced an exciting partnership with the Royal Welsh Show for a new entrepreneur courtyard. Specifically, the courtyard will showcase up to 32 new and exciting Welsh startup brands with a focus on making one of Europe's biggest agricultural shows more accessible to smaller businesses.
Are there any businesses in particular that should apply for the pop-up pitches?
Priority will be given to brands whose products are produced or manufactured in Wales and that are innovative or unique. Preference will also be shown to those brands that use raw materials sourced from Wales. Applicants must not have previously independently exhibited at the show or have exhibited elsewhere in the showground for 2019.
And how else will NatWest be supporting entrepreneurs at the event?
So in addition to the 32 pitches at the Future Brands of Wales Entrepreneur Courtyard, we will also have the support of our NatWest Accelerator team, who will specifically be speaking to the entrepreneurs that are taking part in the courtyard itself, but also for any other entrepreneurs that are aspiring to be either at the showground or within the courtyard in future years to come as well. And we will also be running pitching and mindset and entrepreneurship sessions within our main marquee at the showground as well.
So I understand applications are open for your October Entrepreneurs Accelerator programme. Tell us a bit more about that.
That's correct. Since we launched our NatWest Entrepreneur Accelerator programme in Cardiff in 2016, we have helped nearly 700 Welsh businesses to grow and to prosper. It's a really easy application process, and for those successful businesses, they will then be based for free in our exciting facility in One Central Square in the centre of Cardiff, where they will have some full support from an experienced team of Entrepreneur Accelerator managers.
Which has conducted a survey with thousands of holidaymakers rating their most recent visits to seaside destinations in a range of categories, including the beach, seafront, food, scenery, attractions, and value for money. Naomi Leach of Which spoke to us on the survey and how Wales's seaside performed.
So for the first time, Which Travel did a Great British Seaside survey of almost 100 destinations. And we had thousands of people up and down all of the UK taking part, voting on things like the beach, the seafront, the food, scenery, attractions, value for money, that sort of stuff. And Wales did really well. We found that 4 different destinations in Wales scored highly in our top 20. Portmeirion, it narrowly missed out from the top spot, so it got 88%, and we found that people really loved the scenery, the attractions, the accommodation, the sort of Italian style inspired architecture, the beautiful bay, obviously in contrast to Snowdonia's mountains and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I've been to Portmeirion and it's absolutely beautiful. It's quite a fairy tale place. Tenby in Pembrokeshire also did really well. Obviously, again, it's the beautiful sandy beaches, the castle. It's arguably one of the most attractive beaches in the UK. So that did well. And then Llandudno too, your sort of classic destination, scored really highly. Wales has done really well. They're clearly doing something right. Holidaymakers praise the scenery, the coastline. But not just that, we also found that people were really impressed by the value that they get in Wales. So if people are taking staycations this summer and they're worried about overspending, the price of a night in one of the 4 destinations is about £100 for a hotel versus somewhere like Salcombe in Devon, where the average room rate's £210. So you can spend a couple of nights in Wales for the same prices as some of the more well-known more well-known destinations that there are in the rest of the UK.
Potholes are an infuriating and costly hazard faced by many motorists on a daily basis. But the problem has placed one Welsh technology company on the road to export success. We spoke to Huw Morgan of GPC Systems to talk about their solution.
So GPC have been working with 3D technology and in particular depth cameras for some time. And these cameras enable us not only to take a picture of something, but also see how far away it is. So we recognised some time ago that there was an issue, as we all know, with potholes and the far too many potholes there are, and the difficulty there is in managing them, measuring them, surveying them, and then ultimately fixing them. So what this solution allows an operator to do is simply take a picture of the pothole, and the software will then automatically measure the dimensions. So the potential there is that we can recognise the potholes, tell the repair teams where they are, and prioritise them much more quickly.
At a hackathon-style event in Cardiff, a number of Welsh firms will come together to collaborate to answer the question, how can the Cardiff capital region's financial, legal and professional services businesses create a more diverse, skilled and talented workforce? We spoke to Rosie Sweetman to find out more about the event.
We are living in a time of kind of fundamental transformation in the way we work. Automation, artificial intelligence, digital transformation, they're all changing the way we work and changing the skills that organisations are looking for in their people. And we can perhaps see this, with leadership, kind of that top-down hierarchical leadership is perhaps no longer as effective in modern organisations, and solutions can come from all sorts of different parts of the organisation. So it's important for leaders to elicit the views of different people from across the organisation to inform strategy, to be able to think of different ways to approach the challenges that we're facing and work together with partners and other organisations to take on and navigate some of the challenges and opportunities that we haven't had to face before as organisations, as sectors and as a society, really.
B2B IT has recently received backing from the Development Bank of Wales, which has helped fuel acquisitions and expansion of the business. We spoke to Director John Hurst to find out more.
Since the start of the business, IT has changed pretty dramatically. In terms of the expansion, I suppose there's a few areas where the company's moved into. So rather than just IT support, other core services are things like disaster recovery and business continuity, cybersecurity, and also cloud and data center services. Another area where we've expanded in is we've completed an acquisition. This was something that we were interested in doing, but we came across a business that had a very similar ethos to us in terms of the customer service approach. So actually the acquisition was, a really good fit for us, because we knew that bringing those customers across to sort of B2B's culture, there wasn't going to be a shock to that customer base. Our recent acquisition has also resulted in us building strong relationships with Development Bank of Wales, for example, who was superb in supporting us through the acquisition last year, and also key professional advisors. And we've built some great links with people out in that area. So as a result of that, we're keen to pursue further acquisitions, and we're engaging with various similar businesses who might be interested in selling.
TechNation, the leading scale-up network for UK entrepreneurs, has opened applications for its first ever peer-to-peer growth programme for applied AI businesses. We spoke to Greg Michel from TechNation to discuss the programme and why companies should get involved.
This FinTech program was the first of the sector program that we launched. It is meant to support the growth of late seed to Series A companies that are headquartered in the UK. We built this since last year, so it's the second time that it runs. We're looking for 25 very high potential companies throughout the whole of the UK, and we have the support of the Treasury, since this is a part of the FinTech sector strategy from the Treasury. Last year we were lucky enough to have one participant in the cohort from Wales. It was Delio. We were very proud of that. One of the judges in the program is Richard Lloyd, who is the HMT FinTech envoy for Wales. So we're very much hoping that the Welsh fintech community will produce another member or two of this cohort. I have visited Cardiff myself last year, and I know that the potential is there. So I would like to encourage all the fintech companies in Wales that qualify to apply.
North Wales-based FFP Solutions has gone from strength to strength following a rebrand and an office move. Now based on St Asaph High Street with plans to expand its headcount, Richard Lloyd Jones tells us more about the firm's ambitious plans.
Well, FFP Solutions is a commercial finance brokerage set up in 2013. Recently, we've brought 3 new people into the business and rebranded, and we've also recently moved office. We're also looking to develop the business more in Wales. Traditionally, when we set the business up, it was a nationwide business. But recently, over the last 12 months, we have sought to concentrate more on Wales and especially North Wales. We set up lots of introducer agreements with local accountants, and that, to be honest, that's where the majority of our business is coming from now. It's coming mainly from referrals. We are wanting to concentrate more on Welsh businesses and helping them to grow. We feel that a lot of it is about educating these businesses that there are many funding opportunities for them out there, other than their bank, which is obviously traditionally the first place for them to start.
A Welsh entrepreneur has launched a new online tool specifically designed to help women through menopause. The tool is the first of its kind in the UK and will recommend advice and products specific to an individual's symptoms. Kate Bash of Helton Health spoke to us about the new enterprise.
So originally I was a chemist and worked in the pharmaceutical industry for a couple of years. Since then was very much into marketing and innovation for some large consumer good companies, and finally decided to go it alone and developed my own business. Helton Health is an online resource for women going through perimenopause and menopause. We offer free advice from the UK's leading menopause experts, so from gynecologists, nutritionists, CBT experts, right through to relationship therapists. We have a number of different holistic experts that give their advice. We also offer a range of natural and practical products to help women manage their symptoms. And finally, to bring all of that together, because it's such a complex area, we have a fantastic symptom tool which allows women to tailor that advice and those products to their own situation and their own symptoms that they're experiencing. We have a number of extra tools that we're working on at the moment to help women track and understand their menopause in a much deeper way. We're also building our knowledge and our data around menopause. It's actually quite a neglected area, very, very complex one. And we also plan to give access to experts to a really large group of women. So we want to make it really accessible to every woman going through the menopause by offering a number of services online. So really just expanding and helping women and developing our understanding of menopause.
And that's all we have time for this week. For more news on the Welsh business community, be sure to visit our website at businessnewswales.com. Till next time.